Hello, it's Carly, the Dream Decoder, and I'm here today with your dream clinic for this week. So every Thursday on my Facebook page, I put up a post asking for all your dreamy questions, and then I choose one to answer over the weekend. And this week I've chosen to answer Marie's question. And Marie writes, "It's not a recurring dream, just totally random, about the start of a zombie invasion. I went to see someone who just had a baby in prison as I saw zombies walking around the perimeter." And then she writes, "I was also in another body driving away from them, thinking I needed petrol. Then it was like I was an all-seeing eye looking over the whole area and seeing it as a wave. As I say, totally random. I don't even like zombie films. I find them boring and repetitive." Well, thank you for your question, first of all, Marie. I chose this one because it caught my eye, because zombies as a symbol is something that comes up a lot for me personally when I'm feeling under attack from lots of different places. But your dream is slightly different because you're not being attacked by them. So therefore that is not your message here. So this dream is actually all about you having a secret kind of ambition that you would love to look into as a career direction for your life. However, you have so many limiting beliefs around it that it's sort of impossible to even start thinking about. And also, you're feeling really, really unfulfilled by your day-to-day career at the moment. So if we look at the symbols in the dream, and then it'll become a bit clearer for you. So you talk about the baby first of all. So the baby in your dream is literally the secret kind of baby that you've got inside you that you'd love to explore a bit more and nurture and grow into a possible career direction. It's something that you're really interested in exploring. However, you have all these limiting beliefs, maybe telling yourself some things like, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the knowledge, I'm not brave enough, no one would buy that from me, all these kind of limiting beliefs. And this is what the prison represents. And then so it's all these beliefs are making you feel trapped in what you're doing right now, day to day, which is feeling like a zombie, basically. So if we sort of think of when we call people a zombie, or say, oh, I feel like a zombie, so this is in direct relation to your sort of day-to-day career, and it's about sort of being on autopilot and going with the motions and feeling a bit soulless about it and not having any real goals or aims in relation to what you're doing right now, just sort of going with the flow. And then you talked about and also about feeling like you're wasting away your talents, or what could potentially be your talents if you had the confidence to explore them. So then you talked about driving away, and this is asking you to really acknowledge that you can choose your direction in life. You don't have to go with the flow, and you don't have to go with the motions. You really do have the power to choose your own direction. And then in relation to that, you've got the petrol as well. You said, I thought I needed petrol. So this is about, again, a petrol is about a symbol about creativity, exploring your creativity and how that can help you really fuel your ambitions and desires to get the success that you really, really want in life. And then you talked about feeling like an all-seeing eye and seeing it from a bigger perspective, and that's really quite literal. This dream is asking you to take stock right now and look at the bigger picture of what's going on in your life and start to make changes where you feel comfortable doing that. And it's not a time to get overwhelmed and look at the whole mountain. It's just about acknowledging what's going on for you and looking at the next step. What do you need to do next to be able to change this? So, I mean, you've got your work cut out for you. If we just look again at your symbols, to be able to get to that little secret ambition that you've got inside the baby, you've first got to get through a horde of zombies, which is how you're feeling about your day-to-day career, which is obviously all consuming for you, because that's quite a horde to get through. And obviously, if you are working full-time, or if it is quite a draining job and it's taking most of your energy, you're probably coming home at the end of the day thinking, I haven't got the energy to think about anything else. You've first got to get through that. Then you've got to get through your limiting beliefs to be able to successfully nurture this baby. Limiting beliefs being the prison. When you get to the baby, you've then got to rescue it from the prison of limiting beliefs. So you've got a lot of work to do here, but don't feel scared by it and don't feel overwhelmed by it, because acknowledging it is the first step to change. So I really hope that's resonated with you. Thank you again for your question. And just to let you guys know, my Facebook group, Read Your Dreams, is having a really lovely overhaul this week, and we're going to have all sorts of exclusive bits in there. And the group is about you learning to interpret your own dreams and how we go about doing that. So if that's something that's interests you, come along and join. It's facebook.com/groups/read your dreams, and I'll pop the link in the comments below. So I will see you next week for another dream clinic. Thank you. Bye bye.